as RTR was developing to be the biggest team in the world of drifting, it was, for me personally, a dream team to try to go and compete with, and somehow we're here. Lead driver this year in 2024, and it's such an amazing team. It's wild. Like, after doing one full season with them, seeing that they never give up no matter what happens. We've been through crashes, no fires, everything, and they will do whatever it takes to get us back on track.
James Deane, he's my teammate, and it's the best drifter in the freaking world. So it's an honor to be partnered up with somebody of his stature, of the most decorated drifter in the world. And it's pretty cool because we can bounce ideas off each other. I can ask him, hey, what am I doing wrong here? And he can, give me his advice, and it's pretty sick. So it's an honor to be called his teammate, to be for real.
What's going on? Welcome to the RTR lab. For those of you that don't know, this is where my Formula Drift car, James Deane, and Ben Hobson's Formula Drift cars are built, maintained, prepped, and we do a lot of other fun stuff. So I'll give you guys a quick tour of what goes on here. We are in the middle of the season, not necessarily thrash time, but there's a lot going on in the shop, so we'll take you through there. Our humble trophy wall. We've won a couple things and done some great stuff all over the world. Most all of this that you see is drifting. There's a few off-road trophies. Come on in. Up first, this is effectively our showroom. So a lot of very special vehicles to the brand, my personal vehicles, just a lot of things that is the history of RTR. This is my GTR. A lot of people probably don't even know that I have one of those. RTRX, RTRC, 100% carbon fiber Mustang. Our first prototype car, 2010 Mustang RTR. Our first production car, 2011 Mustang RTR 001. And this is my personal Spec 5. What you're seeing here is actually a Mistachrome Mustang RTR. Yes, we've brought it back. You can now get a Mistachrome RTR from any of our RTR authorized dealers. The Mach-E 1400, for those of you that don't know this spaceship, this is our first ever electric vehicle project. It changed my life and my entire perspective on what electric vehicles are. 7 motors, 1,400 horsepower, and we've seen between 4,000 and 6,000 foot-pounds of torque at the hubs, depending upon what final drive we have in it. This is where all the FD cars get built, prepped, maintained, repaired, all the fun that comes along with running a championship caliber Formula Drift team. We've got some adjustments going on to James Deane's car, focusing on dropping some more weight and making some more modifications to keep that hot rod on kill mode. And our nice little reminders of our little fire that we had earlier this year. The Phoenix that rose from the ashes. We are, believe it or not, already outgrowing this shop. So must have had a little fabrication they were doing over here, because this is the fab shop. So this is where all of our chassis get prepped, everything, all the welding, all that fun gets done. So over here, we've got a clean room. We've got a dirty grinding, cutting room. And then this is Wheezy's jig / welding table. Small machine shop over here, just to help us. We need to turn down things or machine any small parts. We do that in-house. Any big CNC work or anything like that goes out. I had thought that this was in the trailer, but it's not. What are you guys doing right now? Secret sauce for Ben? Okay, you guys don't get to know. Secret sauce. So we started making our own carbon this year. It's a long story, but it was by necessity. We had somebody mess up some of our molds, and we couldn't get things done in time. So one of our guys here, Adam, said, look, I'll just start making carbon. So he figured out how to make carbon, and he's knocking out some really nice parts. I don't know if I should touch this, but You know, here's a deck lid, fresh out of the hopper, not even trimmed yet. And this is the nerd nest. So this is where we call this the creative department. This is where entire media team, Jaren, our brand manager for RTR, Sleepy Pete, the whole squad who makes us look so amazing. Crenshaw's office. And then this is my office, my assistant Andy. There's nothing here on the board that you can't see. And this is like a shrine of sorts. Some pretty cool stuff up here. This is something that is really cool. This is a study that we did to end up with our logo, the RTR logo originally, that the artist brought to me. So it's pretty cool. Something I'm super proud of. So yeah, that's where a lot of my life is spent when I'm here in the office and not traveling doing things. And believe it or not, I enjoy all of it just as much as the other. Whether I'm behind the desk, behind the wheel, I enjoy the business side of what we do, and you know, working with the team to make the magic. So hope you all enjoyed a tour of the lab, and we'll see y'all at FD soon. Whoa!
So I'm Shelby Craxton. I work with RTR now. James Deane's a mechanic, and at the shop I work on his car as well as special projects I can't talk about, obviously. I kind of love chaos. I love diagnosing, so as soon as something's wrong, they just send my ass to go and figure out what's going on. Communication is huge, so if I don't hear enough of it, I'll start yelling stuff out and like keep them on task, like what do you need, anything I can help with, that kind of stuff. And just keep an eye out on everything. If they're focused on one thing, then I'll take a step back and look at everything else and see, well, how else can I help?
I'm Clay Stevens. I work with RTR. I mainly work with the engineering of the suspension, so I've designed all the suspension that we work on, and then during competition, I'm in the spotter stand. So when I'm not here at the racetrack, I'm at my normal job at 6XD Gearboxes. We design and manufacture 6-speed sequential gearboxes, and we actually run our standard package in James Deane's car. We use a lot of the American NASCAR style dog box design and incorporate it into a 6-speed, is also sequential. The sequential idea here in the United States is still kind of like a new idea. So this gearbox, being dog engaged and everything, helps us shift very, very fast. This is a direct replacement for many of the other NASCAR dog boxes that are out here.
Oh, shit. Hey friends, what are we doing? Working with RTR and the Mustangs, I think my favorite part's the engine. I'm an engine guy, so I have to do all the tuning, and the engines we run are absolutely ridiculous. They're like almost 1,000 horse to the crank, aspirated, and then we shoot like undisclosed amount of nitrous into it, depending on the venue. And yeah, that's my favorite part. And then working, you know, I like the drivers. I like all of it, really. You know, the cars are big, angry American cars, and they're rowdy. I love it.
All right, so my name's Chris Gifford. I'm the crew chief for Ben Hobson, and this is one of our cool war wagon parts that I don't think anybody else in Formula Drift has, but we do. Our number one thing is how fast we can get them back out on the track. Basically, this comes down, this whole side comes out. As the side comes out, we have a rear end literally ready to go. Like I said, 8 bolts and we are in. The other side has ramps. We pull the ramps up, whole thing comes out. These poles slide up, and then basically we jack the one that's out of the other car that's broke, put this in, and like I said, I think our record time is like 7.5 minutes is what we got it to. Some things have changed since then, but yeah, it's all about how fast you can get them back out there, and we kind of pride ourselves on being ready when stuff hits the fan.
This year especially, we've faced a lot of adversity, starting off at Long Beach with the fire, and coming back from that. And then on top of that, having James Deane, which obviously is an amazing driver, being able to have equipment where he is leading the points right now. And this team just don't quit. We are first ones here, usually the last ones to leave. but yeah, it's a big team effort, and everybody has everybody's back. So it's a huge thing to be a part of.